Hey, it's Dave. Welcome to Classic Basslines. This week we're taking a look at Donny Hathaway's bassline on his holiday anthem, This Christmas. This is something a little bit different from what I normally do on this channel. On this song, the bassline itself is not so iconic. However, it's just a great song and there's some great bass playing on it. And it's a good one to know if you ever ended up having this called on you. There's some things you'd want to know about it. It's also been stuck in my head for like a week. The first thing to know about this line is that it wasn't played on a bass, it wasn't played by a bass player. Some people just kind of assume it's Willie Weeks or whatever because he did some playing with Donny Hathaway. But if you listen closely, you can hear that the bass line on this is being played on a Rhodes piano, and it's actually Donny Hathaway himself playing it. So that makes it interesting for a couple of reasons. One, because there's some stuff that we're going to approach the line because it's played on piano and because we're going to try to copy that kind of phrasing. We might play things a little bit differently than how the bass line might have been played if it had been played on a bass. One of the more interesting things about this, though, is that Donny Hathaway plays some really cool things in his bass line that actually surprisingly work out very well and lay nicely on the bass guitar. And if the song was just like in a different key, some of these things would not be possible at all. But we'll talk about those in a bit. Another thing to note is that because this was played on a Rhodes, I'm going to try to emulate that sound a little bit. So you'll notice here I put some foam sponge underneath my strings right at the saddle here. That's going to do a couple things. One, that's going to give my notes a little bit of a quicker decay and just make them a little bit shorter, so less sustain. It's also going to cut some of the overtones, which is going to make my open strings sound a little bit more like my stop notes. So you won't be able to really hear the difference as much, which again, because if you were playing it on a Rhodes, there wouldn't be open strings, and the notes would die a little bit quicker than they would on a bass guitar. So this bass line, he improvises throughout the song, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but the form of the song is pretty quick, and I'll just show you what he plays the first time through the tune. With one exception, during the pre-chorus, there's this line, there's a D7 chord in the pre-chorus, and bassists love a good D7 chord because they like to make lines with that 10th there, and Donny Hathaway really doesn't shy away from doing that. There's a line that he does the second time around on the pre-chorus that's just absolutely nuts. It sounds like this. Blazing bright. We're caroling through the night. Which is so nasty, and I will show you how to play that line as well. Don't forget, you can get the tab for all this on my website, classicbasslines.com, and I have a link for that in the description down below. Okay, so like I said, a few parts to the song. There's an intro, there's a verse, there's a pre-chorus, and there's a short little chorus. There's also the cool lick on the second pre-chorus. We'll start with the intro here. Here's the intro slowly. so some things to know here. First of all, this intro is in 7/4. I have it notated as a bar of 4 followed by a bar of 3 in the music. So if you're ever wondering what's going on there, why you couldn't quite count along to it, that's it. Starts with this. B flat, E flat, A, D. F, A flat, B flat, E flat, F. And this F is an anticipation to the downbeat of the next bar. And then C, F, E, D. And then again, it's only, you don't get to hold that for as long as you would normally want to, because it's back around, same thing twice. Last time, but this bar is now fully a bar of 4. And you hang on here, and then you go down here. So that's C, D, F, G, F, D. Now here's an example of what I was saying. I really make sure to play it in this position rather than, because again, I'm going for that legato sound that he sort of cops on the keyboard, and to articulate all those notes doesn't really groove in the same way to me. So hammer on from the C to the D, pull off from the G to the F. That's the intro. Here's the verse slowly. I'll play both lines of it and then break it down. So the chords on this are F major 7, D minor 7, E flat major 7. And then it does the walk down thing. E flat major 7, D minor 7, and then this is a C sus chord. So it starts with just the, that's all just F. That's an A before the D's. Then going to the E flat chord. So that's just B to C, hammer on. 2 hits on the E flat, hold the E flat, it's a long note. Then there's this line. It might be easier to play this like that, but it doesn't really give me the sound I want. I really want that hammer on sound. So it's a little bit of a tricky thing to switch really quick. You're just sort of going from your 4 on the B flat to the 1 on the F really quickly. But you can do it. And then, so that's low B flat, E flat, D, quick A, then this line again. Hammer on from the C to the D and then the F. Now we're at the second line of the verse. That's just F with a C in there. Again, D with the A below. Here's the same line on the E flat. So that was the same, except for at the very end there, we went C, B flat. We're going down to the next part. Here's the pre-chorus slowly. Okay, so the chords on this, A minor 7, D7, G minor 7, C7. A is easy, just A there, then the octave A. Now this D7 chord here, now this is hard to hear on the recording. I'm not sure if he's just playing or if it really has this and the other line, but the crazy thing is that you can play them both. You you can hold that F sharp while still playing. So that's D, and then I do this E, and then a quick D, then an F natural, and an F sharp. Hold the F sharp, then it's an open A and an open D. So again, what a gift from Donny to give bass players that over the D7. Then it goes here at the end of that bar. It's a quick little A to F sharp. Then it's the G minor chord, G, D, G. Quick little line there, A to G. Then this on the C. And I'm really trying to make the articulation on those octaves on the C. Make each one of them just ever so slightly separate, because he's really kind of accenting them there on the recording. Here's the chorus slowly. So these chords are F major 7, B7, B flat major 7, E flat 7, A minor 7, D minor 7, B half diminished 7. And again, this is the line you're going to want to know. That's pretty much like a part of the song. You know, that tritone really draws itself out. So here we have F, C, F, E flat, B natural. Then you switch down to this lower octave using the F natural. Then that F natural going to the B flat. B flat up to the E flat. E flat, G, G sharp leading up to the A. Octave A to the D, A to the C. That's sort of walking down to this B natural with a little F in there, and then back to the B natural. That's the chorus. Okay, now here's the pre-chorus after the second verse with the ultra cool lick. I'll play this very slowly for you. Great, so that's A. Quick E before that octave A. Then it's A to open D. Wrap around that F sharp with a G natural, F natural, F sharp. Then this. So that's G, G sharp, A, D, A, G sharp, G. And I do that. So hammer on from the G sharp to the A, and pull off from the G sharp going down to the G. And this line here, it's just these sort of descending G minor triad with the F sharp leading up to the G. So G, D, B flat, F sharp, and then you can hammer onto this G while you're getting ready to play this open D. So it's G, D, B flat. You can slide down there while you're getting that open string. F sharp to G again, hammer on. Then it's little A to G, and then this line again. So one more time slowly for you. Okay, that's it. I'll be off next week, taking a break for Christmas. Please like and subscribe, and maybe share this with someone who might appreciate it. Thank you.